and welcome to Plotty Time, the podcast where we three gamers discuss video game stories in detail with all the necessary and appropriate backlash. On one side of the table, we got Chump Slap.
My wife sells cheese on the internet, and I think about her sister when we're intimate.
The other side of the table is Dr. Syintist.
Everywhere I looked, there were piles of bodies. And then the explosion struck.
My name is Poppascotch, and as I always say, I can play dead. I had my whole church group get eaten by a bear. Welcome to Plotty Time.
Egg was 40 eggs?
That's a big fucking pile of garbage.
I'm the farting demon in this relationship.
I'd be an awesome rich person.
You're both just an embarrassment.
God, I'm awesome today.
We're talking Tom Hanks and his vehicle.
Yeah, I had my finger in my mouth waiting for you to finish.
You gotta get 4 balls or something?
Dick piercing?
No, you know damn well I'm fucking that demon.
It's still sexy. How could that be close and not be
Yeah,
right?
just kill some random dude.
If you want cheese, you get a milk.
You're waiting for pee.
No, I can hate on it. It sucked. Boners.
Hey everyone, welcome to a brand new episode of Plotty Time, and this week we are celebrating episode 300.
300!
300! Woo! Oh wait, I have probably something.
No, you probably don't have anything.
Yeah, I had my finger in my mouth waiting for you to finish.
Now scientists get into it. wait for it.
Wait.
See, the people love it. I thought that was a cheer, it was a laugh track, but we'll go with it. We'll go with it. Episode 300, crazy things. 300 episodes. We started doing this, oh, buddy.
299 episodes ago.
I was looking for more of a length of time, but
Yeah.
you are
6 years ago.
correct.
Almost.
6 years ago. First episode aired January 29th, 2019.
My God.
Man, we were so young then.
So naive.
None of us were 40.
I don't want to think about that and have to do math.
My balls were 40.
Back
What does
then?
that even mean?
I don't know. They were hanging
So your
low.
balls 50 now? Like, what?
46.
Okay.
That was before the
46-year-old balls.
pandemic started. That's how long ago it was.
That was a full-on year before the pandemic started.
Don't say we brought on the pandemic.
Some say.
We brought in a pandemic of very accurate podcasting.
Damn straight. Still hasn't healed from... I got nothing.
That's all right. We're going to talk about this week the worst games we've ever reviewed on Plotty Time because we ran out of ideas and time and figured that'd be fun. Let's do it, right?
Yeah.
We had some stinkers.
So now I'm going to be talking about the top or the bottom 19 episodes because if I started to add 20, then there's a whole bunch of titles with the same score as number 20. So to keep this brief as possible, we're just going to be going over the bottom 19.
All right. What's the tie for the bottom? How many games is that?
There's only one
One
at
rock.
the bottom.
Whoa.
One rock bottom. Actually, our bottom 4 are individually scored.
Ooh.
And then the 5th place is a tie between 2 titles. So I guess you could say we've got 6 top 5s.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's surprising.
Yeah.
I mean, some of these, they obviously deserve their score. We are perfect at this.
Mhm.
We're not going to be re-debating or relitigating scores. That's insane. Why would we do the work twice? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So we're going to go through it. We're going to talk briefly about each game, try to figure out what we remember from it, maybe something from the episode if we think of it.
All right.
All right. Yeah.
I still have all my notes, and we'll see. We'll see if I can pull up anything from these. A long time we did hashtags on the Instagram posts.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Why'd you stop doing those?
I got lazy,
Okay.
and I would tag your stuff, and then so I might be able to search by those, which would be fun. But let's go ahead and let's get it started here.
All right.
Number 19 is a game that we did this year, only a few months ago, July 18th, 2024.
What was the score?
Number 19 on the list with a 7.
Oh, wow. We got a lot of stinkers.
Yeah. I will say that this is kind of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, a 9-way tie.
Oh.
Because
for 10th
these
place.
9 titles all have a score of 7. I believe they're just going by descending date, so we will get older as we go on through this number. But
right.
So this is
Fuck
really
it.
bottom 10.
Yes, but they're all tied for 10.
With 9 tied for 10.
so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, if we're counting like golf, then that would be 7, 7, 7, 7, and then I don't know, 11. I don't know, whatever. There's a
Yeah,
lot of
don't
shit
matter.
games we talked about. I don't think we need to get into who picked these games at all. I don't think that matters for any reason whatsoever.
All right.
No, because 90% are Scotchies.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's not 90, but it's
pretty high.
it might be 80. Let's get into it. Bottom game, the best of the bottom bunch, we'll call it.
Oh, I like that.
Tony Hawk Underground 2.
Ooh, what garbage.
Oh, man, that was a
As
fan
a-
request.
There was a bunch of dumb hit dick jokes and Bam Margera in it. It was terrible. I remember that.
Yeah, there was a lot of carnival-esque games, a lot of people just getting kicked off the team because they didn't get hit in the balls hard enough or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
paraphrasing, but like barely.
There was that one part where you got switched from team and then you got switched back.
Yeah.
Just to be, that was so annoying.
Yeah, it wasn't very good. Wait, what was the deal? Like,
Well, first off, it was a sad reminder of what Bam Margera used to be.
How you ever got famous?
I have no idea.
we did it. Like, it was our fault.
I didn't do
Like,
it.
we watched Jackass and loved it.
I didn't.
It's our generation.
Yeah, I could blame them.
You know, I mean, that's like blaming all boomers.
Well, they're not as bad as boomers. I'm not going to go that far.
See, that's what I'm saying.
But they were doing this underground event, flying around various cities, and the dude whose name is in front of me, Nigel Beaverhausen,
Oh, yeah.
he like covertly captured some footage, and then word got out, and then he was offering to like pay for the tour out of his own pocket if he could just sell the rights to the videos, and then they ended up boning him, I believe, and just no one paid for it, I guess.
Yeah, they ended up leaving him somewhere,
Yeah.
getting him arrested or some shit.
Man, what a shitty move. Shitty game.
Yeah, didn't really have much to do with skateboarding at the time.
I think it's just, can't relitigate the numbers, but I thought it should be lower.
Well, you, Dr. Scientist, gave it a 1. Sir Chump Slap and I both gave it a 3 overall.
Yeah.
I think we've kind of gotten a little bit away from our roots because do you remember we would often litigate our scores at the end and go over it, but one of the main things was, okay, it did have a story and it did move forward.
Yeah, they used to be a big selling point.
Because we hit such a run where it was like
Terrible.
just part vignettes, just not even a story involved.
This whole year has not been good, so
Yeah, but whatever.
yeah.
Well, I gotta say, only this one and the next one are from this year.
Oh, wow. 2 7s.
2 7s right in a row. The next game we gave a 7 to was released April 18th, 2024.
Oh, so long ago.
Yeah.
The second time within like a month, we had a digital Michael Chiklis.
Oh, shit.
Is this the Shield?
No, the other one.
Don't remember the other one.
Fantastic Four?
Fantastic Four. Again, we gave it a score of 7. Dr. Scientist gave it a 2. Chump Slap gave it a 2. I gave it a 3.
That was so bad.
Oh, man. I don't remember.
I don't even remember the... No, was it like the movie? Was it the movie
It was kind of
story?
like the movie,
There was a space station.
but there was a lot of stuff thrown in there that wasn't in the movie just to add levels and enemies to fight.
Was the end the same, fighting on that building? That rooftop?
I think so.
Yeah, we died. Didn't somebody die and you brought him back? Oh, I don't remember.
Well, Digital Chicklist was kicked ass. We all know that.
Yeah, well, he turned himself from the thing
That's
back into
what it
human,
was.
and then he turned himself from human back into the thing.
That's right. Isn't the thing's whole thing that he wants to be human again in this movie? Well, in the movie. No, I don't know. I don't know if
Well,
that's
he
a
wants to
comic
look
thing.
normal because the other 3 people have special powers and don't look fucked up. And he's just a big orange blob.
He's like a rock man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't turn it on and off like the Hulk or something. That's
mean-
what he wants. He wants Hulk powers.
I'd be frustrated
Hogan?
too. Yes,
he
like
wants to
Hulk
sue
Hogan.
some tabloid for releasing his sex tape.
Gawker.
Kids don't even remember that. I don't think that even happened when we were doing this podcast. Did it? Was it before 2019?
No, I think
It
so.
might be.
Probably had
Yeah,
to be.
Yeah.
Peter Thiel's a scumbag. So
There's like 3 worlds. There's pre 9/11, pre pandemic,
and the decade and a half since the pandemic.
Yep.
Yeah, that was way back in 2013. The lawsuit was filed.
Yeah, that's where he made most of his money. I hear that and wrestling buddies.
You know, I laugh at it, but now that I think back, every fucking house had one. Every house had one. Wrestling buddy. I thought you were going to talk about his reality show. Do you remember that?
What, like Meet the Hogans or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know if it was called Meet the Hogan. It might have been. I don't remember.
Yeah.
It was like him and his son and his wife and his daughter was trying to be like a singer.
Oh yeah. What
And
a
that didn't work
fucking
out.
family, dude.
I don't
Didn't
remember
his son
what
kill
happened.
someone in a car accident?
Hogan?
Yeah.
Vaguely sounds familiar.
And there was
Yeah.
like a phone call. They had the audio of the phone call where he's like, "Well, he did something to piss God off. It's not your fault," or something. It was something wild.
It very well could have happened. I don't even know
Yeah.
anymore.
Hogan's a piece of shit. That's what I'm getting.
Well, yeah, he was involved
I don't
in a
think we're
car
debating that.
crash. No,
I'm just
I was talking about the car
reiterating
crash.
it. Okay.
Yeah, someone was seriously injured and suffered massive brain damage.
Yeah.
All right, so that's Fantastic Four.
Jesus.
I don't even know how we got off of that. Checklist and then the
Then
thing.
Hogan. What the fuck?
I think I have it written down in my AKA spreadsheet. You know, the spreadsheet where I put all the silly names. I think I have digital chickless in there just because I liked how it sounded.
That's a good name.
It is. It's a good one. I have it written in my short ass spreadsheet of names.
Oh, man, I got some good ones out there, but we don't need to get into that
No,
today.
that's a
We're
whole
talking
other
about
episode.
Fantastic Four. I also never was really a fan of Fantastic Four.
No.
Like, it seemed like an old comic-y, like old
Well, I mean,
days.
they're all comics, but
Well, sure, but like it's like it belonged in the same era as Adam West's Batman. That's how I always felt about
it felt old.
the Fantastic Four.
They never updated it like X-Men, you know?
mm-hmm.
There was never like, well, maybe there was a new school or whatever, but
they're supposed to be making a new one at some point.
with new characters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're making a new movie.
A new movie
uh,
with the same characters, I guess.
Oh. Well, fucking,
Yeah, it's the same character.
Well, the Fantastic Four are the Fantastic Four.
I don't like Stretch, dude.
Mr. Fantastic?
Yeah.
I never liked Stretch Dude either. Sue Storm, I mean, just becoming invisible.
Yeah, it's kind of weak.
Well, it's kind of like she has
I
force
mean-
fields, really.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Johnny Storm's pretty badass. I'll give him Johnny Storm.
Yeah.
Did you like Chris Evans in the new Deadpool movie? You're like, Captain America. He's like, no, he's Johnny Storm.
Oh, yeah.
I still haven't seen it yet.
That's a good movie. Check it out.
I will eventually. I'll see everything eventually.
Everything.
No, it was really funny because we were talking about, I remember this was off air last episode, but we were talking about it off air. My wife is upstairs watching Encanto right now because she
nice.
wanted to get the backstory of all the songs.
Nice.
And yeah, so that's Fantastic Four.
All right. On to 17.
On to number 17. This is a game we did July 27th, 2023. I don't remember much of this story. Maybe you guys can help me fill in what was Shell Shock Nam 67 about?
Oh, my God.
Terrible. Oh, my God. I forgot that game existed.
It was like a pro-war
Yeah.
game. It was very like, this is so cool. I'm in Nam. He saves like
Didn't that one guy go and cut the head off of the
leader. At the
leader of
end.
the bad guys?
Yeah.
Well, the quote unquote bad guys.
Doesn't he find like a Hunter S. Thompson type guy? Was that game?
I don't even remember. I just remember them being in Nam, and I remember being really bad.
I remember
It was
someone.
like all the bad like Nam movies tried to glorify being in. I don't even.
Yeah, it was very strange. I remember saying it was a weird take on it.
You're right, because there's a part I'm reading through my notes where they say the journalist tells him about a general named General King Kong.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this journalist is supposed to be Hunter S. Thompson, question mark.
Yeah.
So there was that. And I remember it being like, yeah, really glorifying how cool it was to be in Vietnam.
Yeah. It's all about killing the enemy.
Kowalski's there. There's a
Kowalski.
Sergeant Ramirez. Colonel Saunter shows up and he's going to take over and he gives you a mission to destroy some site with C4. And you
Oh,
do it.
my
And they're like,
God.
oh, you're in the special forces now.
It was like I don't know what the hell it was
didn't he,
trying
like,
to be.
Survive an attack on his thing, and he was the only survivor. And then he's kind of just like,
Yeah. Everyone was slaughtered. It was very gory. Well, as far as it could have been that time. But yeah. I remember it not being good though.
yeah.
Yeah, this was from 2004 when Lean Back by Terror Squad was a big hit on the radio.
Oh yeah. Good time.
It's fun. And we did a this or that at the end of the episode where you
Oh.
had to determine, Sir Chump Slap, if the prompt was a champion dog or a Kelly Clarkson song.
Yep. I still couldn't figure those out to this day. I didn't go back and listen to Kelly Clarkson or anything, guys.
Not to say for this.
No.
All right, real quick, a moment like this.
Kelly Clarkson.
You're right. God, he's always right. He always goes with his gut, and he always gets 6s and 7s.
I thought he was still trying to do John Mayer songs.
No. No, that bit was too good. I'm going to go ahead and retire it.
Yeah. Go out on top. That's what I always say.
So speaking of going out on top, this game, last game in a franchise.
Ooh.
Yeah, we covered it during spooky season, October 27th, 2022.
Number 16.
Saw 2.
Also with the score of a 7, it is Saw 2. It sure is.
Oh wow. That movie. That game was fucking terrible.
It was, if I remember, it was the same thing as the first one.
It's It's set at the same time, right?
Is that the one where you had
No, you were a kid.
You had to do the thing in the beginning, or
Yeah.
else you couldn't beat the game.
Yeah, or else you died at the end.
Yeah. You had to let someone else live or something, which doesn't make any sense because that's not how it works.
Yeah.
Something with an elevator.
Yeah, you had to like
Was that the
get your way
first one
through
or
it, and
this
then
one?
if you didn't make it at the end, you got there and you died because you were playing the other guy in the scenario.
Yeah.
But you were playing like the kid of the guy who played through the first game.
Yeah, with like no,
Yeah.
they don't tell you that until the very end or whatever. Like, oh, that's the twist. No, it's not a twist if there's no fucking hints or anything.
I think weren't you playing Danny Glover's kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, Danny Glover
Well, he died
character
at
was
the
the
end.
first one.
Yeah. Died at the
Yeah,
end
it
of the
was.
first
You're
one.
right. Either leave with all the files and publish the truth, or become the pighead is the final thing.
Oh, so that wasn't the one then. The first one?
It doesn't matter. They're both the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, you can
Really
help him
remember
out or
this one,
not.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, you can like join his team. You were like a journalist or something.
Right. And it was like you can just
You
walk
investigated
out.
your dad and
I remember thinking this is not a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah, there were so many mini games with so many different jigsaw puzzles, but towards the end, it was just killing you. Like there wasn't a way to like try and get out of it or save yourself
No, yeah.
like you normally would.
And all the puzzles were just like normal gaming puzzles. And you're like, that's dumb as fuck.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to a Saw game that's like a puzzle game.
Yeah,
but this
then
one
make
was
it like different people every time where your life's on the line and you have to.
well. There was also a lot of like combat in this one.
Yeah, we had to fight other people in the shit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you had to fight other people going through the place, and you'd have like melee weapons, and just be beating them to death.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know. It seemed like a cash grab. It seemed like something that would be a mobile game these days. They just fire out real quick.
Oh yeah, with skins and stuff. Yeah,
Of course. So whatever. That's
yeah,
Saw
game
2.
sucked.
A lot of people were asking us to look back at that one. Sorry, guys. The game sucks. We're not going to go back to it. I mean, it can't hold a candle to the next game on our list.
Ooh.
Number 15.
Number 15, I think.
Yep.
15, released December 2nd, 2021.
Oh, now that you're outside my realm of
Yeah.
remembering.
We still have not done the sequel to this, although I guarantee we will someday. We are talking about Def Jam Vendetta.
Oh, there's a sequel to that?
Yeah, the Def Jam Fight for New York.
Holy shit, we might do that next week.
Yeah, it's a fighter. It's a fighting game
Oh,
with fighters with such cool names as Deja and Hedek and Iceberg and Moses, Opal,
I don't remember
Pee-wee,
those names, but
Pockets,
I remember it being
Roughneck.
terrible.
And then it had a whole bunch of real life rappers, including Capone, D-Mob, DMX, Funkmaster Flex, Ghostface Killer, and more.
You fought
I don't wanna
D-Mob
read all
in
of
it, right? As a tag team?
Man, I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Yes, you start with a narration from D-Mob. D-Mob is being played as the Kingpin and the biggest, baddest
Oh,
fighter.
yeah,
So yeah,
so
he's
you
like the
probably
final
played him at
boss.
the end.
And then you have a buddy named Manny.
Oh yeah, I remember Manny.
And you start fighting and working your way up the ranks with Manny. You start fighting Pee-wee.
Yeah. You get like I just remember, is that the one where you're like trying to win money? Never mind. It's terrible.
I don't. Yeah.
I don't remember why.
Yeah. Why?
Like,
is there
what was the
rap
motivation
fight
for?
club?
Apparently, you have a bunch of characters you can pick from to start with, and the story is exactly the same with all of them.
Yeah. It's more
Um,
about fighting styles at that point.
Yeah, you're just going through I thought there was a story to this, because most of this I have is like, you fight this person, then you fight this person.
Yeah,
At some point,
you were
you
trying
fight
to do
Ludacris.
something.
There's very little cutscene.
Did you start in
There's a-
prison and get out?
Yeah, and you're trying to win your woman back. Does that sound right?
It could be any of those fighting games.
I know.
I don't think so.
Okay, I might. I don't know what the fuck I'm thinking about.
In my notes, it says
It could be a different fighting game like that.
Yeah.
Manny betrays you, and he joins up with D-Mob.
I remember that. Now that
And then
say
you
it.
get to a fighting tournament. You're not sure how you got there. Everyone looks very surprised. You start by fighting
Oh, did the cops show up
Ghostface
at the end of this
Killer.
one?
probably and get arrested. People get arrested.
Yeah.
I think I'm mixing it up with the one with
50 Cent.
D-Mob.
50 Cent one too.
Blood on Sand or whatever.
But there was one with who's that woman?
I have no
You might be
idea.
getting it confused with Fight Club. How many fighting games have we done?
A lot. Too many.
D-Mob pulls out a gun. He's ready to shoot you. And Manny does a sack move and jumps in front of you. And then you beat up D-Mob. Then he gets arrested.
And Manny survives, right?
Manny does survive.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. The fake
And then
sack
you walk
move.
off into the sunset with Angel.
Yeah, see, there's a woman you're winning.
Yeah, it
part
wasn't.
of.
Who does Angel's voice? What the fuck is her name?
Oh, I want to say from 8 Mile.
I was thinking of the one. She was in Wet.
It's not Eliza Dushku,
Yeah.
right?
Wasn't she in one of those games, though?
I don't know why that's what I was thinking before you said that. So maybe let's check it out.
I don't know. Check it out, man. That's what Wiki's for. That's why I donate $2 every year.
Or was that? Oh, she was in so many games, actually.
She was in a lot of games.
You guys donate to Wiki?
Yeah.
Nice.
No, Angel was Christina Milan. But
Oh.
she was in a movie. She was in a boxing game we went over.
Yeah. Eliza Dushku was. I was confusing it with this one, but doesn't matter. Does not matter.
No.
Okay, we can move on.
So that's number 15.
If we can think of the game when it
Man.
comes up, we'll just say it. If not,
Yeah.
The next two on this list are very similar. But the first one we did, May 6th, 2021, again with a score of 7, Homefront.
no. That's the one where China invades, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're running through like the suburbs and there's and I don't understand how they have a huge base that nobody knows about.
Yeah, it's basically like a Red Dawn situation where America gets invaded
Yeah.
and you're leading like a ragtag group against Korea.
Oh, okay. It was Korea, that one.
So the Korean-American War.
It was probably Korea, so they could sell it in China.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, takes place is like, right after.
It takes place mostly in a suburb, right?
There's a lot of running around. So, yeah.
Yeah, I played the shit out of this game, which I'm not proud of saying.
I'm sure it was fun to play. I mean, it's a shooter.
No, not really. Like it was. I really liked the idea of like a Red Dawn style, and I was thrilled
Yeah.
about that. And I remember getting the game, and the campaign was like so much shorter
Oh,
than
really?
you thought it would be.
Like
It
6
was like-
hours.
Yeah, it was super short, but you start, I believe, in Colorado, and then you keep going around the country. At one point, you go to that hillbilly base to steal the helicopter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the final fight is on the fucking bridge in San Francisco.
Golden Gate.
There it is. Remember that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Golden Gate Bridge comes up a lot in video games. We've said
It
this
sure does.
before, but-
Well, yeah, it's iconic.
Yeah, well, where are the arches, dude? Why aren't we fighting over the arches?
McDonald's?
No, St. Louis.
Oh, that's one arch.
Oh, yeah, I said arches. My bad.
Yeah, I remember this game being a huge disappointment just all around.
Yeah, that's why I got 7.
Yeah, we don't
All right,
lie.
we'll move on. Well, we should just move on because we could probably talk about both these together. But the next game on the list released our episode was March 11th, 2021. Another 7, Freedom Fighters.
Oh, is that the one where they're in New York and they're going through the sewers and stuff?
Yeah, they're like plumbers
Yeah.
or handymen, maybe?
Yeah, and they kind
Chris
of get
and
like...
Tony Stone.
Yeah.
Chris and Tony Stone were the name of the characters.
I do not remember this one at all.
The first scene as the Stone Brothers, they're going to a plumbing job. There's talk about the Soviets invading South America. There's a warning against Reds movement.
Yeah.
One of them is like, there's a bunch of conspiracy bullshit. And then they go to Isabella's and the Soviets bust into her apartment. They take Tony thinking that he's her boyfriend. Chris evades capture and he has to go into the
Save
sewer and go find him.
And they're like in the sewers with setups and stuff.
Super Mario Brothers with extra steps.
And guns.
And they have that hacker kid.
Oh,
yeah, that's right.
dude.
What was his name?
What the
There's no way I'm going to remember it.
kid? Din the Kid Nguyen?
Is that his name?
Nguyen? I
The
believe
kid.
so.
They just called him the kid,
Very
right?
well, could be.
I believe so. And it's just like going to bases, blowing up Russian bases that have erected that fast in New York.
The kid to win. You're right.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
You save Isabella. You finish the game by raising the flag at Fort J. And
Yeah, the final assault on the governor's island. I remember
I remember that now. Yeah, yeah. Wow.
I look at the Wikipedia page and it all comes back to me.
Yeah. You guys say something, I'm like, holy shit, how do I remember that?
I remember seeing the game cover. Like I remember it coming out, but never playing it.
Oh, that sounds pretty
Yeah,
good.
you
to
probably for the best. What was the year of the game? Like, I don't have a computer.
Yeah. 2003.
sorry, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of stuff came out around then. So it just got lost in everything.
Yeah, we just talked about it last week. There was
Yeah. 2003. Siren.
Yeah, about a month
Prince
before.
of Persia,
Yeah.
Lament of Innocence, or whatever the hell it was, which Castlevania it was.
All right, so moving on.
What are we at?
Still in the
13?
sevens.
We're on 12 now, right?
I don't know. Still 7, though.
12. We are on 12, the number 12 game. The first game that we ever gave a negative score, one of the participants, one of our hosts, gave a negative score to.
Can I guess? Was it Syintist?
It was Syintist, yes.
This can't be The Quiet Man.
No,
It's not The Quiet Man.
Definitely
This-
number one.
No, it's not number one.
Oh, okay.
This game was released, or this game, Jesus. This
you're right.
episode was released July 4th, 2019. Jurassic The Hunted.
Oh.
I remember you hating this game.
I don't remember anything about it. I gotta look it up.
It was released November 3rd, 2009.
I did give it. That was one of my most hated games. I just thought it was all dumb. Isn't there? What happens at the end? Something at the end that really pissed me off.
Was that the one where like the dinosaurs were coming through like a
That's Dino Crisis.
No, there's like a portal involved.
yeah.
Temporal field, as they called it.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
the
were on an
Bermuda
island.
Triangle. Yeah.
Yeah.
You play as Craig Dillon, accompanying his war buddy Armando Rock Di Pietra and Sabrina Sayers to the Bermuda
ends on
Triangle
a
to find
cliffhanger.
Sabrina's father, Dr. James
Yeah, because
Sayers.
they're in a boat and there's like a dinosaur on the boat or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Glad I don't remember much of it because if I gave it a negative score,
I kind of want to. We should revisit it.
we don't revisit. Do the second one.
I
They
wish it
go
was.
through this portal and they go back to like the dinosaur island. They find like World War II weapons
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. Holy shit.
from like a previous group. They fight. I think the big bad guy is a T-Rex in this game.
A
that they really call him.
Spinosaurus.
Yeah.
Spinosaurus. They haven't Spike, they call him.
Holy crap. Yes, I totally remember now that we
Yeah.
go through time.
And don't quote me on this. Hardcore fans, you can correct me if I'm wrong. But I think this was the episode where we coined sack moves.
Who
knows?
Hardcore fans, you let us know.
Got to look at the Plotty Time wiki to figure that out.
I think that is. I mean, this would have been year 1.
Yeah, but it's like 6 months in.
You think it was before that or after?
I don't know, man. We've been saying sack move for a long
That's
time.
how bad this game is that we gave it a 7 in the first year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you and I, Chump Slap, we both gave it a 4, and then Dr. Syintist chimed in with a -1.
Must have been a bad day for me that day.
Oh, wow.
All right, so this is number 11, the last of the 7s.
Ooh, it's from before then. If we're going in reverse.
And it's
Holy
from
shit.
before then. Yeah.
It's got to be worse than this.
This game is from March 28th, 2019.
Oh, my God. It's early as shit.
Killzone is the answer.
I was going to say I couldn't think of the name. I remember us not liking it.
It was the first game we scored, episode 8.
Wow.
And then we forgot for episode 9, Sly Cooper. And then we started scoring again on episode 10, which was the fantastic Kane and Lynch 2 Dog Days.
Really? Killzone.
Yeah, I just remember it was all drab and like nothing really happens.
Yeah, the following stories, I think we've gone and done 2 and 3 by now.
Yeah, they're probably better. Or unless they come up later in this episode. I don't think they do.
I don't think they do either. Have we done other ones? We had to have.
I'm pretty sure we did.
Yeah,
too.
we've definitely done at least 2.
Oh, yeah, we did 1 and 2. All right. But yeah, the second one was much better because it was much more like it wasn't a launch game. Like there was more of a story to it.
Oh, yeah. Killzone was like a launch with the PS2, right?
Yeah, so there was
And
it was
they're on-
pretty bare bones.
They're on another planet, right? With the Hellgas. Is that the Hellgas one or is that Resistance?
That's
That's the one where they're fighting on the Helgast planet,
Okay.
but not Helgen. It was some other planet, I think.
There's human colonies in Alpha Centauri.
Whatever.
I'm surprised they don't still make a
Killzones?
Killzone.
Well, because people like us fucking tore it apart.
They saw the Plotty Time rating and like, we can't go back and remake
Another Killzone. Well, they could just do the whole thing over, but I don't know why. There's so many games like it. You know what I mean?
All right, well, that's Killzone for you. 7. Now, what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4. We're number 10. We're in the bottom 10? The bottom 10.
6.
The top-
I know one game that got a 6.
Well, we've got 4 here.
Oh, okay.
We have a perfect 2.
We have a
don't
perfect 2, yeah.
We do. We have a perfect 2. That's going to be the last game.
Okay.
Next one up on the list, we released September 7th, 2023. Gave it a total score of 6. Secret Service Ultimate Sacrifice.
Oh, fuck. That hurts just remembering it.
It does. That was terrible. I mean, I'd say that for all of them, but
November 4th, 2008, it came out. And I remember it started with a fight outside, like a gunfight outside of
Lincoln
like,
Memorial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to assassinate the president, right?
And it turned out the story didn't make any sense because it was like the Speaker of the House trying to fly people in to kill him and blow up the town.
And bring in like a virus into the underground.
I think it was nukes it might have been a virus. I don't even remember.
I think it was a virus in the
underground.
the secret underground
Yeah,
chambers.
because you were going through those.
Yeah. Wow.
That's right. I remember us questioning what the fuck the plan was here.
Yeah, because he was trying to blow up the town with him in it to gain control.
Yeah. He wasn't trying to go anywhere,
Yeah.
but he did want to kill everybody.
Well, he wanted to become president.
Yeah, which wouldn't have made sense because he was going to kill
Yeah,
everybody.
and then there was like a fake fight between the vice president and the real president.
Right.
Man, that game was terrible.
So you live close to DC. Do you ever go into those underground tunnels?
All the time. All the time. I have a pass. No, but it is fun if you go down to the mall, National Mall, and there's just like a huge section cordoned off being dug up, and you're like, what's that? And they're like, we're not going to tell you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's nothing.
Cool.
Don't worry
Definitely
about
no
it.
tunnels out. No, of course not. That's ridiculous.
It's the first Vault-Tec vault.
There was a huge renovation like 20 years ago where they like dug up the ground underneath the Capitol building and put in this like huge underground complex.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
But it was like people doing math of how long it should take and what the project is. And they're like, they definitely built some other shit underneath here they're not telling us about. It's like, yeah, of course they did.
Yeah.
At least panic rooms.
Yeah, right. Something.
At the very least, yeah.
Well, don't we know they went to panic rooms?
They went somewhere in that building. We don't know where.
Oh, yeah.
A secure area.
Well, let's.
Yeah.
But anyway, this game, right?
Man, it really sucked. Really blew. Were you a Secret Service agent? Yes, you were.
Yeah, you were.
Because it's called Secret Service.
And you were
all-
tasked
yeah.
with following the president at first.
Yeah.
And then he just went out through a back door by the fucking,
Yeah, and then you ended up on a plane at the end with the bad guy.
when he figured it all out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It still didn't make sense.
No, it was bad storytelling. Bad story.
Yeah, it's like they made the levels and then just duct taped the story around it,
Yeah. They're like, oh, why don't we shoot out on the fucking Capitol Mall?
which was totally a thing that a lot of these games did.
Yeah,
Well, we got
for
cool
real.
level designs. We'll figure out the story later. Who gives a shit, you know?
Yeah.
It's like we have a basic idea. You're saving the president, and then there's a. Wasn't it like a whole nother country was?
Yeah, there was something with the Speaker of the House was trying to go to other countries and
He had
get
like
some-
a
I don't
guerrilla
know.
army from another
Yeah.
country. Yeah. He secretly paid. And they were all underground in the secret
Yep.
area. Yeah.
I don't remember any of that. I mean, I remember parts of it, and I definitely remember it not making sense.
No, he had a whole nother country's army under the Capitol while the president
Yeah, it was
there.
like Venezuela or something like that.
And the president was,
or maybe it was a made up country.
yeah. It was silly as shit.
Well, it's not as silly as the next game of our list that we talked about on May 18th, 2023.
Ooh.
Also with a 6, the 9th worst game we ever scored, Brute Force.
Oh, is that the space one when they have different
With the
characters?
lizard guy and shit.
Yeah.
Yes,
all I
there's
remember about
Tex, Brutus, Hawk, and Flint.
Right. It's like a original Xbox game.
Yeah.
So right
Oh,
there
yeah.
it was shitty looking.
There's a mercenary group called the Red Hats.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You go to kill an exiled alien death squad. You meet up with one of the lizard people who says you need to save Brutus. You get the alien doodad. I'm just reading my notes at this point. Probably made a lot more sense after I watched the movie.
Yeah, I remember the level. The level design was
You
meh.
have different planets.
Yeah.
And then you could be the sniper guy or the assassin chick.
Yeah, you could switch them off the whole like in real time.
Yeah.
I think that sounds right. I have in my notes, you head to a race of mind readers known as Osiris. Most
yeah.
most
I
are
remember
rad, and there's a guy named Shandoon leading them.
Oh, fucking Shandoon, dude.
Shandoon.
Yeah. I just remember it tried to be something, but I don't know. It felt.
It was like an alien spy thriller.
Yeah, they tried to have like multiple characters that you could play and like, oh, you had to be a sniper for this part. You had to be
Yeah.
the brute for this part. But like, yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that always makes sense.
No, yeah, the
But-
story just wasn't there.
They were just a little ahead of their time, you know?
No, they could have really nailed it if they actually cared about the story. But
It was bad.
yeah.
Well, there you go. That's Brute Force. The next one, you guys, release. We did the episode April 28th, 2022. We gave this one a 6. Shaq Fu, A Legend Reborn.
You only got 6 because I was generous as fuck.
Yeah, you gave it a 3.
I remember it just being racist
And dumb.
and stupid.
Yeah.
But it was stupid enough that I was like,
It impressed you.
yeah. I just
That
remember being like,
sounds
holy
familiar.
shit.
It was released in 2018, and even by the time 2018 came around, some of the references of the celebrities you fought were like dated.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like Paris Hilton and shit.
Wasn't Madonna in it?
Yes.
Madonna, yeah, she was like the main bad guy.
Yeah.
Something because she had adopted kids or something.
Yeah, he was going around fighting like all kinds of like, I think Carson Daly was a bad guy. Or like not them, but like people based on them.
Yeah. I remember Paris Hilton or somebody had the stupid little dog.
Mm-hmm.
You remember he's from the village of Hung Lo?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and he had the super racist trainer.
Mm-hmm.
And you find Babyface, a.k.a. Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
fuck. My God, I still might play that game.
I have a copy.
Whatever, man. Fight me. It's a 3.
We are the most accurate podcast in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't want to think about this anymore.
This is a side scroller beat 'em up.
Oh, you know what's here? This is fun. So I made a couple notes here. When you were playing as Shaq, he just kept saying the same fucking phrases over and over again.
Oh yeah.
And he kept saying, "Back in the game, the juice is loose. Ah, my nuts." And the whistles go, woo. He just kept saying those over and over again. I remember hearing him 1,000 times in the video.
Ow, my nuts.
I mean, it was a terrible game, but you can't hate on Shaq. Good guy. Not like that fucking Hulk Hogan, dude.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, Isu Gawker, remember that?
All right, here we go. Last one at number 6.
Oh, this is easy. This is Madden, long shot.
It is Madden long shot with a perfect 2. We talked about it September 5th, 2019.
Yeah, he went to college and dropped out and started a job and sang a song about being broke or whatever, and then got called back up. Or
Wow.
I'm vaguely remembering that your character played guitar. Did
yeah,
they?
you definitely like
Yeah, like it started out with you playing like
you definitely were like a college player and went to get like a training camp or something, and then were fired or whatever and went back, and then they needed somebody and brought you back up or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, you played a guy by the name of Devin Wade.
Right.
You got washed out of the NFL, and then you sign a tryout with Dallas, and then you go to training camp, and that's where the game starts. It's like a narrative mode with fucking Madden clips in it.
Yeah, it was like that fucking football movie where it's like, I don't want your life. Remember that?
With the beat or with fucking the beat.
Dawson.
Yeah. What the fuck was that?
Varsity Blues.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hell yeah, it was. I saw it in the theater, and I was
I saw
amped.
You really?
I definitely saw it in the theater.
Oh yeah,
It was
absolutely.
huge when it came out, but no way.
We were in high school.
I'm not watching a fucking football movie.
It was a high school football movie.
That was for me the age where there was literally nothing else to do but go to the movies, so we saw everything in the theater.
Oh yeah, going up to the height and yeah.
That's how I saw Dark City in the theater. It was because it came out like in middle school.
Did I tell you my story when I went to see Dark City? Probably.
It's probably on this episode.
Me and a couple friends, I'm not going to say their
Yeah.
names. We went there and we got tickets and we were standing there waiting. And the guy who owned the theater came up to us. He's like, "You're the only 4 people who bought tickets. We're not playing it. We're playing something else." And he gave us our money back.
What?
Really? That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. He's like, "I'm not going to show Dark City tonight. Nobody came to see it."
I remember going to see Private Parts in that theater. And I don't know how old I was. It wasn't 18. And they're like, "We can't sell you these tickets." And we just talked to this old couple that was there. And they're like, "Well, he's coming in with us." And they're like, "Oh, are you?" And the old guy's like, "Yeah, sure, whatever, dude." And then they sold us tickets.
That's awesome. Yeah, I don't recall us, like, we either stuck to PG-13 movies or had someone's parent buy us an R, or
Or bought it PG-13 and just slipped into an R movie.
In high
I don't
school,
think
I knew
we
the people
did
who
that
worked
too
there.
much.
So they just gave us tickets. Like our friend Milkman was,
Oh, really?
yeah, like him and I knew a couple of people who worked there. So they just always gave us whatever we wanted. Used to get free popcorn and shit and free quarters to play in them.
I used to get a garbage bag of popcorn at the fucking Carmite.
awesome.
Yeah, good times, man. I don't know anybody who works in a movie theater now.
Yeah, I know.
Thank God. Be weird if I did.
You're going to get one job there soon.
That's probably for the best.
Let's not talk about that.
Oh, that's right. And Devin Wade's buddy, Colt Cruz, was already in the NFL.
Colt Cruz.
Yeah, and then Billy, the lady singer, and Colt's love interest, Loretta,
Oh, yeah.
Colt's
Oh,
sister.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I remember this being real rough because they had to like keep making progression for you, but still it like didn't, whatever you did in the game didn't matter in the story.
Yeah, like you could have been had the best game of your life, and it didn't matter.
They're like, oh man, tough one last week with that loss, and you don't get to say, well, whatever, I got paid and got 400 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember
this really
thinking
sucked.
this is the worst fucking game we've ever seen.
It was at the time.
It might have been.
Yeah, we didn't know it could get worse, but oh, buddy, did it.
We got at least 7 more.
6 more. Yeah, 6 more.
At least 6
And
more.
we're at the
is what I
5s?
said.
So this is number 6. We are at the 5s. We've got 2 games at 5.
Oh. I do not remember these.
All right, first one, we took care of it December 14th, 2023.
Less than a year ago.
Wow.
Die Hard Vendetta.
Oh, dude, game sucked.
That wasn't this like a sequel? Oh, it takes place 5 years after Die Hard with a Vengeance. You're in California. Dick Thornburg is still around.
Why are you in California? Is the first question I have.
I don't know.
Like, you've been in New York, right?
Was he in California?
Hey, he's reading his notes.
So Die Hard 1 took place in California, but he was a New York cop. Die Hard 2, he was an LA cop, but took place in DC.
Oh, okay.
And then by Die Hard with a Vengeance, he was divorced and back in New York. So then he would have had to move back and then back for the 4th one
it's
to
his
New
daughter
Jersey.
in this one, right?
Was this the one where the writer said, wow, I got a 5? That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. The writer of the game actually reached out to us and said, thanks for the 5. This was the one that took place with Piet Gruber, Hans Gruber's son.
That's right.
And weren't you after, he was after, like, fucking McLean's daughter?
He was after McLean's daughter. She was kidnapped at some point. Dick Thornburg, I think, got kidnapped twice and you had to save him.
Maybe 3 times.
Yeah.
But do you guys remember one of the main bad characters is a guy named Jack Frontier?
Yep. He was the soldier, rock star,
actor,
politician,
fitness
Marine,
who sold his own supplements and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had like everything going for him, but I guess at some point he's like, I'm just going to be a tough guy criminal. It didn't make any sense to us.
No, it's
Like usually when you're successful in life at a whole bunch of things, especially monetarily, the next logical step isn't art thief.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's like Elon Musk, you have money. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Lucy did some rounds and saw some burglar steal. Oh, that's right, because Lucy was like a rookie cop.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And she saw
Man,
this
this
whole
was-
art thief bullshit going on, and it happens to be like the main. Yep.
Al Powell shows up again. Kick ass. But yeah, this was not good. I remember it being rough. Just rough.
It's a smack to the face of fucking Die Hard. It was very upsetting.
It was just like, let's do the first movie again. Like, oh, we can't do the first movie again. Well, okay, fine. No Hans Gruber. How about Hans' his son? I don't know.
Let's do the first, second, or third movie again. The 4th movie fucking was garbage.
The 4th movie, I don't believe was out by the time Grand Theft Auto.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Okay, you can say it.
This is worse than the 4th movie, right? I don't know.
No, I think it is. I think we can comfortably say that.
Okay.
The 4th movie wasn't great, but at least they drove that car into a helicopter, and that was cool.
Right, because it became a Fast and Furious movie at that point.
Exactly. This is when John McClane became a superhero.
Right.
And then, all right, next game, number 5. We're in the top 5, gentlemen.
Top 5.
All right. This is also a 5?
This is also a 5. We talked about it June 24th, 2021. Jet Li's Rise to Honor.
Oh. Is that the one where he starts off in Asia? I don't remember which country. Japan. Then he comes to the United States and
Then it goes back.
yeah.
Yeah, you are an undercover cop that is working with the mob. And you
Right.
get assigned to one of the bosses, Boss Chang. He knew your father from back in the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, okay.
And then,
It's amazing how much you remember about these stupid
I just
games.
remember like.
oh,
the
I'm
final
reading my
scene
notes.
was
I don't remember
like
this shit at all.
at a tombstone, right? At your father's tombstone.
Yeah, at some
Yeah.
point, the boss wants out of the life, and a bunch of gang members try to kill him. Kit fights them off. He fights the judo twins. I mean, I just remember it being like, doesn't he go back to? Oh, that's right. He goes back to San Francisco, and he meets Chi, his childhood friend.
Was he the goofy dude?
Who was friends with? He was the goofy dude who was he killed the drunken club promoter, and he was the goofy dude, and he was friends with you and Michelle back in.
Yes.
Yeah.
That guy reminds me of that. All right, this is out of nowhere, but
Go for it. Do it.
the guy in Shenmue, I think, who was
Oh, yeah.
Elvis type guy.
Oh yeah, that rocker guy.
Right? It's kind of like him. He had like that thing, but he was just like a fat friend who was just funny
he was just
and
a
weird.
fat friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
He got in the way all the time.
Yeah. He just reminded me of that guy though. I don't know why.
There was a small private funeral for the boss. Victor shows up. I think Victor was like his cop boss, but then someone was corrupt, wasn't it? And there was a whole
Yeah. It was a whole like, oh, these guys are corrupt. Oh. It was one of those, we're going to flip it on you, but there was no need to.
Yeah, I don't remember why he went to San Francisco and then went back to China. Well, whatever.
He was looking for
this one.
whoever it was that killed his dad or whatever. I don't know. Whatever the MacGuffin was for that.
Well, after this, we got the bottom four, and they get a lot more interesting.
Fuck yeah.
Are we at 4
Number
points?
4 with a score of 4.
Oh, perfect 4.
We talked about it January. We talked about it July 30th, 2020. Here it is, guys. The Quiet Man.
Oh, God.
That's 4th? All right. That's like infamous in how bad it was.
It's
one we always
fucking game.
remember.
So I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to make a game that in some way, I guess, tried to put you in the shoes of someone who was deaf.
Yeah, mimics the plight of a deaf man.
Yeah, and then there was some kind of deal going on with people backstabbing you, and
But the thing that really like got to me was in the game, your character who is deaf, a mob enforcer for some reason, who's deaf. Well, I say for some reason because he looks like a pretty boy. I don't know how he got into the mob enforcement business, but he looks more like a K-pop singer. But he, in the game, his character like can read lips and sign language and can understand what people are saying. But when the game first released, you couldn't even use the subtitles. They weren't there.
yeah, you had to read the lips yourself.
Yeah, you had no idea what the fuck was going on. And there were like cutscenes of people talking to you and with you, and you had no idea.
It was like an hour and a half of silence.
Yeah. It was a lot.
Like weird noises and
Yeah, I mean,
Like far off distant explosions.
yeah.
Like, and then eventually they did release the subtitles after the fact.
Like, what did they expect?
I don't know.
Did they think like only deaf people will play this because they already know how to read lips?
The combat was terrible too.
they were trying to
So
be
no one
artsy.
even. And then do you remember like at the end, there was some kind of like trippy fight sequence with a deer-headed guy?
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that. Oh yeah. I kind of remember.
Man, I have a lot of notes. I remember doing a mini-sode bitching about this because I had so many questions about how something like this happened. And it's all in a 3-hour campaign. And my final note is what a piece of shit.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Like, if you're going to assume people can read lips, was it actual people?
Yeah, it was kind of live action sort of.
Yeah, it's live action filmed.
The names were Tay and Dane. Tay shoots B money. This is just so bad.
Yeah, if it wasn't live action, that wouldn't have helped at all. I don't know.
I just look. This was a banger episode. This is a real good one where we were very confused and got mad at this game.
Yeah.
So go back and listen to that one on July 30th, 2020.
Oh, I wonder how the audio is on that.
Probably not great. Anyway. Number 3. This is a game we talked about July 21st, 2022. We gave it a total score of 3. It is a perfect 1.
Oh, shit. Perfect 1.
I'm not going to remember this either.
You guys, you don't remember what it is?
No.
Okay, well, we might say future picks, so I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. Our favorite game with a rap song, which is speaking swears at the end.
Oh,
We're talking about Rogue Warrior.
fuck, man.
That's all I remember from the game, really.
Yeah, I can't remember anything about it but that fucking rap song.
So Mickey Rourke is the voice of our main character, Richard Marchenko. He's a U.S. Navy SEAL sent to North Korea with all his Navy SEALs bros, and they had to retrieve intel about North Korean ballistic missiles and check on some factory, and it's just bullshit missions from there. But the thing that stuck with all of us, I believe, was just Mickey Rourke swearing like crazy after every kill.
Yes. It was a lot like that the Vietnam one, Vietnam 67.
Yeah, 67 or whatever.
Yeah. It was glorifying it, and I just remember him just fucking cursing constantly, killing people, stealing info.
It was very much like a one-man army game. I mean, a lot of these games are obviously, but this was more than others. You'd always start missions with like a team and they'd all die in 2 seconds.
Yeah, yeah. Like you get
And you were
dropped
the
in
lone
there,
survivor, yeah.
There's probably a helicopter crash, and you were the only survivor, and you went and fucking snagged intel.
Yeah, a bunch of the stuff he said was extremely homophobic, which that shouldn't be surprising.
No.
I just have in my notes, why would I root for this clown? He keeps asking people to suck his balls, called a guy an R word for being a dead piece of shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, it really
It was
sucked.
definitely a product of its time.
It was definitely that, but Mickey Rourke clearly didn't care.
Yeah.
So it's not
No,
even like he
yeah.
didn't even say them with conviction.
No, yeah,
It
you
was
can go
pretty bad.
watch that rap video. I mean, that's all you need to know about this game, really.
I think it's better than the game.
It is.
If I had to do one of the two, it'd probably be listening to that song rather than play the game, assuming time wasn't a factor in this decision.
I assume the whole campaign was fucking 3 hours anyway.
Yeah, I think it was something like that.
It was shit. It was weak.
It was a weird time. It was 2009. The Blind Side was number 1 in movie theaters.
Oh,
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Nothing made a lot of sense back then, guys.
The whole world should be ashamed of that year.
But there you go. That was number 3. So now number 2,
Number 2.
second worst game.
With a fucking 2.
It's another fighter with a score of 2.
Somebody gave it a 0.
it had to be me.
It was definitely Syintist.
I know what the worst one is. I can't think of what this one would be. With the ones that
Fight Club.
It is Fight Club.
Same time, yeah.
We talked about it March 10th, 2022, giving it a score of 2. Chump Slap and I both gave it a 1. Dr. Syintist gave it a big fat goose egg, 0.
Yeah, I was telling the story of Fight Club from a perspective that didn't explain what was happening in Fight Club.
Right. That's the whole thing where, like, if you didn't know this movie, it was pointless.
Yeah. And even then, it didn't make a whole lot of sense.
No.
But like Meatloaf provided his voice. The mechanic, Holt, what's his name? He was the voice. Like there was like 4 or 5 different actors from the movie that did their voices.
Well, you're taking a paycheck regardless.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I mean, what are you going to get? You know, they definitely took money up front, not points on the back end. You know what I mean?
Sure. But it's just fighting other people, which, you know, I suppose is appropriate for a game named Fight Club.
I mean, a lot of our worst games appear to be fighting games.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, though. I mean, it didn't make any sense, if I remember correctly.
I think you were just flying around to different locations to try and find Angel Face. Is that what it was?
I don't remember.
I don't remember really.
It feels like you were just following Tyler Durden.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be.
It was
You're looking
after
for-
he
It was like
there.
a follow-up. Like that, the whole game was, this is a follow-up interview
Yeah.
from Tyler Durden.
And it's just, that gives you the reason to fight in different locations.
Yeah, and you're just fighting people, and it was terrible. Not
Yeah,
to
it
mention the
was
fighting
not
was
good.
looked like shit.
And all the characters were just dudes in long pants with no shirt on, so they all looked the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
And I have no idea if you even had like any special moves or anything. Not that that matters. I mean, the game was just, it was bad.
It was slapped together to try to make a quick buck off the Fight Club hype. Guaranteed.
They tried to do like other stuff with the stories of other characters in that game or in that movie. It's just very dumb. It was real bad.
Yeah, yeah. Go watch that or listen to the fucking episode because you'll agree with us.
Yeah, you will. Go check it out. That was from March 10th, 2022.
Wow.
So now we're on to the final game, guys. The worst game we've ever done.
It's a -1, right?
Yeah.
It is a -1. It's the only game we have in the negative count.
I cannot remember what it was.
How can you not remember
We don't need to talk about who picked it. That's
Star
for sure.
Wars
Oh.
CD-ROM?
Oh.
You still owe that one fan a real Star Wars game.
Yeah, you sure do.
We talked about it May 25th, 2023, Star Wars Millennium
That was a year and a
Falcon
half ago.
CD-ROM playset. You actually like bought the PC game and it came with a big fucking plastic thing that was the Millennium Falcon bridge and you put it on top of your keyboard.
It still blows my mind that there were universal keyboard sizes at that time.
Right? Or at least close enough.
Well, what blows my mind is they took the movie and just put it out of order.
Yeah, yeah.
There wasn't even a store like
There was a Sarlacc pit.
there was a Sarlacc pit, and there was the final run down the main channel on the Death Star. But it was just the scenes from the movie and like with QuickTime events.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and you had to find things on the screen.
Oh,
my
yeah.
That it was
It was all around garbage. Like press Chewy right now to fucking do something.
Hit Chewie. And then it's like just them. Remember saying the same shit over and over if you missed?
Yes, I do remember that. How did I forget that was the worst fucking game ever?
I don't know.
I tried to block it out, I guess. I don't even consider that a game. That's why.
It wasn't even a story.
No.
Obviously, if you didn't know anything about Star Wars, then this was real brutal. But
Yeah,
it
to
was
me,
just scenes
Fight
from the
Club was
movie.
worst game.
I mean, if we're talking about worst game with a story, I guess Fight Club. Man, these are some fucking stinkers. Yeah, there's not much to say about it because it was just scenes from the movie and you press the fucking keyboard button when a prompt came up.
Yeah, it was like a toy for 6-year-olds who wanted to pretend they were playing a game. Wow.
Yeah, it sucked. All right, that's it. We went through the worst 19 games. Out of all these, are there any you guys might actually try playing? I know Chump Slap, you just said Shaq for a Legend Reborn.
I'd still
I can't
play it.
imagine
It's a
I'd play
side
any of them.
scroller. It's still like a fucking Streets of Rage beat 'em up, you know? It still might be fun to play. Put it on fucking mute. I don't know.
Oh man, I know I got the platinum for Saw 2,
That's
but I
think I
don't
played
remember.
the first Saw game. I definitely didn't play the second.
wild.
Man, I guess if I had to pick one of these, this is fucking hard. Ugh.
I'd play Killzone because I'm
That's a
sure
good
that's
pick.
still fun to play.
Yeah, I was gonna say Homefront.
Yeah. Any
Even
shooter
though I
would be
already did.
decent, I assume. But I mean, stories really don't matter if you're just shooting people for the most part.
Yeah, it didn't matter to them. That's for damn sure. A lot of shooters, a lot of fighters. But man, so 300 episodes, either the worst 19 we talked about, and I think we basically remembered all of them.
Sort
Yeah,
of.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised as how much I remembered from these. That blows my mind.
We might have messed up Saw 2 and confused it with Saw 1, but they're exactly the same.
Yeah.
So I think that was an easy mistake to
So
make.
Saw 1 had the dad and Saw 2 had the kid.
Yeah.
The dad was the cop and in Saw 2 he was the journalist.
I
The
just
kid
want
was
to
the
know
journalist.
which one was you had to do the stupid shit in the beginning or else you died at the end.
That
I
was
think-
the second one.
It definitely was.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was, yeah, you had like a little section where you played as some guy.
Yeah,
It was like a
opened up.
tutorial.
Yeah, like that's how it started. And either you can let the other guy live or you can kill him and survive yourself, which doesn't make sense because you would want to survive yourself. You know, it's a Saw game. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
but I don't remember the decision being given to you being like either you survive or they survive. It was just you do something, and then the game everyone does it because you think it's part of the tutorial,
Yeah.
and it turns out to actually affect the ending.
Yeah. It was something with like getting crushed in an elevator or something. But either way,
I think that was the second one.
Yeah, it was.
I definitely play Killzone or Shaq Fu. What about you, Syintist? What would you play?
None. I would not touch any.
You'd have to.
I
You have
In
to.
this reality, you have to. What's the shortest campaign?
Yeah. I can't. There's no way. I'd rather die.
You'd rather die than play like the Quiet Man.
Yeah.
Quiet Man's only 3 hours long,
Maybe Madden.
Yeah, because you're just playing
Well,
football.
at least you
Yeah,
get to
you're
play
just playing
some
football.
and I think the Madden one is more in line with fun bad.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
being so bad, it's kind of fun how bad it is.
Or any of the fighting games. You can just skip through all the whole story and fight. But no, you can't. It has to be a good fighting game for me to even want to fucking play a fighting game anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, these days I'm checked out with fighting games.
Yeah.
No thanks. All right, well, that's it. We got through our 19. We got through episode
We
300.
got through 300 episodes.
300 episodes. That's a big deal. That's a lot.
That blows my fucking mind, dude.
Yeah.
Now, if we could just get like 300 downloads per episode, then we'd be in business, but we're not. But all right, let's go ahead and wrap this up before we get on to the next 300. But if anyone has an email they'd like to send us to somebody named Chump Slap who has a guaranteed response rate still after 300 goddamn episodes, he's responded to everyone at least once.
Yeah, that's wild.
Where would they send that email to, Sir Chump Slap?
Well, you just send that to plottytime@gmail.com. I check it like every couple days, so you'll get a response. Trust me. Unless you fucking sent like 4 or 5, because then I might just be like, hey, I'm good. You'll get at least one response.
Don't be weird about it. If they want to get to us faster on the socials with more AI fan art or, I don't know, polls, I don't know, whatever people are doing. You want to get in contact with us on the socials? How do they do that, Dr. Scientist?
At Plotty Tom on Instagram, Threads, TikTok, or stop by the subreddit and say something there.
Tell us about
Perfect.
a worst game.
Yeah,
All
if you know a
these.
worse game, get to us through those methods. You can also go to YouTube, like and subscribe there. It really helps us out. Or leave a comment on a video there of what the worst story game is.
He's looking for the button, isn't he?
He has to go back through pages because he was looking for the applause before.
Shut up. Shut up. That does it for us. So as always, shout out to everyone that has ever listened to an episode of Plotty Time. We love you. We appreciate you. Talk to you next time. Peace.
Peace.
Love you.